week, or do you hide in spaces like an NTPC, a Coal India, or a sporadic few FMCG names?
It has to be a mix of both, Aisha, to be very frank, because if you're looking at shorting opportunities, you have to try and look at the stocks which have been weak on the charts, because that's where there is rejection from traders to try and carry forward long positions. And on the other hand, there have been stocks which have been resilient, not just I think the power names or the energy stocks, but even if you look at the pharma names, there are I think good pockets over there where pharma stocks have outperformed. I think those are the pockets which I would still believe looks fairly attractive for someone who's looking to try and invest or maybe add quantities just to be playing defensive.
Okay, the market opened then, and we're ringing the bell for this Monday morning after that rough Friday wherein we fell by over 500 points. 71% or 71 points is the kind of move that we're seeing on the Nifty 50 right now. 23,200 at least back on the ticker. A much more muted move from the Nifty Bank, given that it's fallen as well harder than what the benchmark and the indexes as well have done. But I think I spoke too soon, because very soon it's now already in the red. 53,767 now for the Nifty Bank. It's really been flickering, trying to latch on to the green. What about LNT? Let's first address the kingpin, because that's the one which has been weighing heavy on the indexes of late. LNT, resilient right now, but I would say early days yet. It's still sort of lingering in the red, if you will. Hindalco, Tata Steel, JSW Steel, they were the other ones which were under pressure on Friday. And then, of course, SBI as well was a huge contributor to the loss. At least the metals trade is rebounding across the board. You are seeing 0.5% kind of moves. SBI just marginally in the green. 1,048 thereabout is where that stock is. And then, of course, autos as a cluster as well. M&M, Eicher, Tata Motors PV, Maruti, they've also been having it rough. And today, they've started off flat, largely in trade. BEL, Axis Bank, Kotak, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, what are those names up to? Let's check in on that pocket as well for the market. Just marginally higher, little bit soft for ICICI Bank, just circling around the 1250 odd level, and HDFC Bank is pretty much flat right now in trade. Eternal, that's really been the weak link of late, and especially because of this LPG shortage, further questions being raised on whether or not that's going to really slump demand for them. Eternal, given that it's now just circling around 215, pretty much status quo on Eternal. But, the more high beta trade in the market, your defense, railway names, they are still much in the red, as I can see. RVNL, BEL, RBL Bank, IDFC First, not seeing much of a move, pretty flat right now in trade for that particular stock. What about Interglobe Aviation, given that they've introduced the fuel surcharge now in effect from March 14 because of the surge in ATF prices? Marginally soft still for Interglobe, like we've been telling you that it's really not just about how much they're going to make up with this fuel surcharge. It's also about their international operations really getting hit, and that's the high bit margin business for Interglobe. So I think that's the quandary where the stock is pretty much stuck in right now. Reliance Industries, the government has now cleared the new listing rules, paving the way for the Jio IPO. Not seeing much of excitement on Reliance, is still pretty lukewarm. 1374 is where that stock is. Let's revisit LNT. Let's revisit what some of these staples names are doing. Your Tata Consumer, Unilever, etc. They didn't fall at all, at least on Friday's session. LNT is flat right now. Tata Consumer higher by 0.5%. Unilever as well saw an uptick of 1% on Friday, another 0.5% higher here. But yeah, the broader market, that's bleeding quite a bit.
Well, yes, there's pressure on the broader markets. In fact, you're seeing 400 declines to just about 100 advances within the Nifty 500 basket. So really the advance decline looking extremely difficult, and the breadth really sharply negative. That's not reflecting on the Nifty to a large extent, but you're seeing that that lower downtick, if I can call it that, on both the Nifty mid-cap and small-cap indices. The Nifty is being held up largely to a certain extent, or rather, by the Nifty Bank. When you're looking at some of the big movers within broader markets, IDBI Bank is down nearly 13%. AII Limited is down around 6.5%, and then you've got all of those names with a tilt towards oil and gas. You've got Chennai Petro, which is down 4.5%, RCF, HPCL. You also have an IOCL, which is down 3 to 3.5%. So really, that's the tilt which the market is taking. But IDBI at the moment is frankly the worst performer within that Nifty 500 basket by a mile. 13% lower on an IDBI bank at this point. Very quickly, in terms of the way in which the tilt on the advanced decline is as well. 1:2 is the advanced decline ratio on the market as a whole, and even sectorally, we're seeing a pronounced weakness. Oil and gas is down 1.3. Nifty India Defence Index is down over 1%. Nifty Realty down another 0.8%. IT down 0.5%. Auto down 0.5%. And mind you, we've seen meaningful corrections in some of these pockets already. So today's move is on the back of those, and we had indicated a positive start maybe an hour or so ago. So all of that is really being sold into. Kunal, your first take?
Yeah, it's a very flat kind of a start for the indices. Nothing major which has changed for the index.